What an explosive day in the markets today. Bitcoin breaking out, and we had a major catalyst that was helping us to propel into these levels across a lot of coins. If you want to know what this catalyst was and if this catalyst will help us to go even higher, then make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, like this video, and activate the bell, because I'm going to tell you if we're going higher or if we have to prepare for a drop in this video. So make sure to not miss out on that. And now let's directly jump into today's content here. So first of all, one of the reasons that led to this nice move here today, actually I woke up to it and did not expect it to be happening so fast, was another day of consecutive positive ETF inflows. So another 3,600 Bitcoins were bought here in total across the board. And that is the 6th day in a row where we had positive inflows and basically no outflows whatsoever. So that was one of the reasons why Bitcoin went higher. We are going into more detail what actually happened here in a moment after I'm actually done with Bitcoin here. I'm going to show you in a moment the second reason why we went actually to above $70,000 so fast. Here on the weekly chart, remember that I told you guys, I told you this for so many days. I said if we break $67,400, $500, we are going to see a massive acceleration into the 70K level. I actually said it also yesterday again. 69.70 was what I said. And look where we are at today. So we went all the way up to $72,000. There I actually took my profit on my trade. You can also go to the spreadsheet. I tracked it I tracked everything there. Also the Solana trade did really well. So we went to $72,000, got rejected from there, came a little bit down under $71,000. Now we are again above $71,000. And of course, the stochastic, as predicted, gave us the expected buy signal, and I expect the stochastic RSI to point here more and more sharper to the upside over the coming weeks, which will mean that here on the weekly chart, we are going to see a lot of more candles pushing here to the upside. When we are going into the lower time frames here on the 12-hourly chart, we finally got the volume breakout that I was calling for. Remember, I told you guys, when I saw this candle here yesterday, I said I expect the next candle to break out. And this is exactly what happened. So our trade here, if you are still in this trade, you can hold it until $74,400. I'm personally out because I was sleeping, when I actually hit the target of $72,000. So I could not adjust my take profit point and remove my stop loss and also move that higher. So I got out basically exactly more or less at the top. I missed it by so I was off by 0.1%, to catch the full move. So which is insane, 0.1% off, so that is where I took profit. So one obvious reason for me taking profit here was this big resistance area that we are still under for the time being, but we broke out of the bull flag formation here on the 12-hourly and the daily chart. And I told you guys, once we're breaking here $67,400, that is your last entry. That's where you want to enter this trade to take advantage of that to $72,000. So if you listen to me, you should have made really, really nice gains here. And I would like to know, let me know in the comments, were you able to catch this trade? Let me know. I really like to see if you made here some money with us together. So now the big question is, okay, we moved now to $72,000. Where is the next entry? Where should we look at to position ourselves if you were not able to catch this trade all the way from here where I called it? So, and that is really simple. I'm going to show it here on lower time frames. So actually the next trade just started. Maybe you are lucky when you see this video that we come back to the entry, maybe not. I'm not sure, so because it's breaking out basically right now, so this is crazy. I might actually open now another Bitcoin trade. Do I want to open another Bitcoin trade? So my other trades are also doing well. You know what? Let's risk a little bit, so I gonna risk here now a little bit because this is breaking out. Let's just see where I put my stop loss here for this trade. Stop loss 79. Okay, 70,900, and I'm gonna use, so let's see if I put here 7,900, how much are we gonna lose? Yeah, I'm willing to lose that. So let's go. So worst case, I'm going to lose $600, but I can make, so now we take our old target. I can make $4,600 if we are going to hit the old target. That was all the way here. Oh, it's actually 500. So let's adjust this a little bit. 74,500. So you see here, I basically have a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 10 almost. So yeah, here the other way around, 10 to 1, almost. It's more like 9 to 1. And let's see how it goes, you know. So here I have a new trade. We're also gonna track this again. 71. I track this all here in the spreadsheet. The link is in the description of the video. So if it goes against me, it's okay, you know. So I made here $7,000 today with the trade that I gave yesterday. So if I lose $500 now, doesn't really matter. But anyway, so this bull flag here, if I measure now the target for this bull flag, if I would take it conservatively, then this here would be the pole. And based on this breakout, that alone should bring us to almost $74,000. If I'm taking it a little bit more degen, then this is the pole. And that brings us almost to $76,000. So here I like to be conservative with my approach. If this bull flag gets us to 74 and we push $1,000 higher, sorry, $500 higher, I take the money, I run. You always should know when to take profit and stick to your target, you know. So don't raise your target if you don't raise at the same time your stop loss into a profit, you know. So here I do the same thing. So not here comes something what I should have also done. The best moment to enter this trade. So now I jumped the gun a little bit, as you have seen. So but the best level to take it would have been $71,400 because we have some resistance up here. You know, look at this. We have created some wicks today in this region and got always rejected from there. So here around that level would have been or would be the best level to enter. But the problem with this is once we're breaking it, we could see another impulse move really quick going to the upside and you miss basically out on this whole move. That's why I took the risk and basically got into the break of that bull flag right now, even though the 1 hourly candle is not closed. But I think, yeah, we have a 15-minute candle already above that. So that is for me good enough. But now I'm waiting for that push above $71,400 to get confirmation that we are actually going higher. If that's not going to happen, then I will keep watching this trade. You know, like I said, in the worst case, I get stopped out and it would not be the worst for me, you know. So I will try then at a later stage at a different level. So, but when we're coming back down to levels where I would enter now, besides that flag, let's say this flag fakes out and we go to the downside, the next level that I would be looking at, so here that would be the next area where I would be looking at to enter the trade. Basically, yeah. So, but this is in the bull flag territory. So I just saw that. Yeah, so here, that is the area. Basically just under the bull flag. So, okay, here, worst case scenario, I might get stopped out and then it goes up. So, but that's fine for me, you know. So if I have to buy down here around $70,500, $400 below where I got stopped out to rebuy, that's fine. But I also want to point out the possibility that at any given moment, you know, it could be FUD, it could be some news, it could be anything, you know, the Bitcoin price could come around and go all the way down to test the 50 moving average at $69,000 approximately and bounce from there back to the upside, because the 50 is more or less in alignment with the top band of the EMA ribbon. And you know, when we break above the EMA ribbon and price moves far away from the ribbon, at some point the price comes back and retests the ribbon. And here with the 50, it's the same thing. So usually we trend slightly above And every time when we go far away from the 50 and from the EMA ribbon, at some point it comes back to retest that. So indeed, that retest is outstanding. We don't have to get this right now because all the indicators are telling us we should continue to go to the upside, because here buy signal, RSI goes up. Only here a little bit bearish momentum on the MACD. But this is because he has so much sell pressure in this area, in this resistance area, all the way up to $72,200, that I am ignoring this right now. Because here overall, this also wants to turn around and tell us that this dev cross was potential fake out and that we are continuing to the upside. When it comes to liquidation levels, there's not much there anymore. As you can see, we cleaned everything up. So we have here some levels above us, and they go as high as $84,800. But these are also their low leverage short positions. But here's something else that I want to tell you guys. If you have low leveraged short positions or long positions, it doesn't matter. Usually that means that are big positions, because people that have a lot of money, and especially also hedge funds and VCs, they're also doing that. So just that you know, and market makers, they use 2x, 3x leverage, but they have millions on the line, you know, while they're having these positions. But on the other hand, they have risk management in place to not get liquidated. But there are people emulating their trading strategy where they're using 2, 3, 4x, but they are not so so major in their risk approach, experienced in their risk approach, that they might actually lose a lot of money when this starts to go against them, and they are in disbelief and think, no, 2x leverage means like 50% to the upside, you know, I would never get liquidated. And they opened that maybe at $50,000, you know, and that's why the liquidation price is at 80,000 or at 60,000, and they think 80,000 will not get touched anytime soon. And they might have a really bitter awakening if Bitcoin can manage to break above $74,000, and you see here Bitcoin spiking into direction of 80,000, and they get all liquidated. So we have now, of course, a lot of concentrated long positions below us, also high leveraged ones. And I'm pretty sure if we can break 71,400, we're going to see another influx of more people longing here in this market. You can also see that here from this level. See here, if I draw a horizontal line, we never stayed long above $71,400. If we do, and we find acceptance above that, expect some explosive moves here, continuing going to the upside. And like I said, the next target would be like around the $74,400 level. And beyond that, it's $82,000. So just that you know. So now on the liquidation heat map, there you basically see here clear support and resistance on this 24-hour chart on the heat map. So resistance, $72,033. With the highest concentration of shorts here with, how much is there? Almost $173 million. And here longs at $70,600, $172.56 million. So it's more or less the same. It's actually the same. That is crazy. It's the same number. I've never seen this, that it has exactly the same number on both sides. So that also tells you the clear range for the moment is between $70,600 and $72,000. As soon as one side is giving in, you're going to see a really quick move in either direction. So here for the time being, the upside is favored. You still see this when I go here to the 3 months chart, that up here is still a lot of liquidity stacked that can get liquidated. Once we are past $72,000, expect another short squeeze going into direction of $74,000. Here, if we lose $70,000, expect a long squeeze back to like 68, 66, something like that. Here on this chart, I actually didn't want to show you anything. No, I actually wanted to show you something. So next targets here. So imminent targets for retracements and continuation. If I pull it from the recent top to the recent low, then you see here 75,181 is the golden ratio here above us. And if we get a retracement, the golden ratio is sitting around $69,500 and $400. So that would be not the worst to get a retest here, because that was also a key level to break. and yeah, get here supported and see then continuation to the upside. So here I just want to have now a look again on my Bitcoin trade. So actually, know what I can do? I will never get liquidated on this one. Don't do what I do, but for the time being, I don't want to get stopped out, so I remove my stop loss because I'm here on cross and I have my liquidation price around $48,000. Highly unlikely that this is getting hit. That's why I'm taking this risk, guys. You know, so but don't do what I do here all the time. I also for saying that I don't have one because I'm on cross. So, but again, don't always do what I do, guys. You know, so this is high risk. But everybody that follows me knows that I'm sometimes a degen and like to take higher risk here. Don't forget, if you want to trade with me, these trades together that I give you absolutely for free on this channel and are highly profitable, as you can see. Trade with me on a BLOFIN. You still get a Rolex. A Rolex would look really nice right now in a bull market on your wrist, you know. Plus $7,500 and 10% of cashback on your initial deposit if you sign up here with the link down below to BLOFIN. And otherwise, you can go to BYBIT. They give also up to $30,000 with the link down below. And if you cannot use BYBIT, you can use Margex, for example. They have no KYC. They also have still a high bonus for you available. I'm also still trading there. I'm going to show you some trades later. And if you're in the UK or in the US, use BITGET or Phemex. They are my preferred choice if you're in the UK or in the US. Phemex still gives you up to $9,000, and on FAIRDESK you still get the highest bonus in the industry, $120,000 with the link down below. All these links are in the pin comment below and in the description under this video. So just to show you some of my current trades here. So here on BYBIT is still the launch pool for not ongoing. You know, when you stake here a little bit of not TON or USDT, this is still ongoing for another 2 days. So take advantage of that because this is basically free money for just locking up your money for like 2 or 3 days. You know, if it's USDT, who cares? It's not moving, and you don't have any impermanent loss. So I would definitely take advantage of that. So here BLOFIN, on BLOFIN I still have my RNDR trade, so that is up 122% right now. Here that trade, I also traded this publicly. Then on BYBIT, I don't have to tell you, you know, so here the link trade almost $1,000, TON is $1,000 in profit. But here on Phemex also my fetch trade is finally exploding and the SNX trade is also finally moving to the upside. The total market cap is breaking here resistance right now, and this has something to do with the reason why the whole market is moving. If we can close this weekly candle as it is, expect $3 trillion in the next 14 days, guys. I'm not kidding. You know, in the next 14 days, $3 trillion, maybe even faster than that. The USDT dominance is doing exactly what I was predicting. I said we going to get a rejection here to the downside, and you're going to see Bitcoin going then to $70,000. That's exactly what happened here. Now we want to see a little bit more follow through. We are kind of like going sideways for today here in this candle, but tomorrow I would like to see another move here to the downside. And the next level of support is around 4%. There we might get a small bounce, which is okay. You know, at some point we have to bounce a little bit. And once we're breaking below 4%, expect Bitcoin rallying in direction of $75,000, $80,000. The dominance is also breaking here into lower levels while Bitcoin is pushing it to the upside. Again, that is the first big major sign here that the altcoin season is about to start. So we broke the 55% level. I expect the Bitcoin dominance to head lower while Bitcoin keeps pushing to the upside. And I'm going to show you the exact reason for that. So here on the Bitcoin dominance, the next level to watch is 54.33%. If we break below that, expect Ethereum to be around $4,000 and again, double digits across major altcoins on a single day. One of the reasons why we are going up here in the market is that Ethereum finally broke here on the weekly chart. That's the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. This massive downwards trend that we started in September 2022. So that is almost a 2-year-long downtrend that Ethereum now tries to break, and the break will be completely confirmed if Ethereum finds acceptance above the 0.0557 range for Bitcoin against Ethereum. So once we are breaking above that, expect Ethereum to be close to $4,000 already. This might be your last best entry to use Bitcoin to buy more Ethereum for that trade, because the higher we go here, the more you will get for Ethereum against Bitcoin if you want to exchange your Ethereum back to Bitcoin, you know. So, and I expect that we're definitely going to break in the next coming weeks and months the 0.08 level and potentially even go higher than that. And that will put Ethereum in direction of $7, $8, potentially even $10,000 when once we are getting to this level here, because that is almost 100% move here to the upside. And that should also reflect in the Ethereum price somewhat. The major event that led to such a spike in the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, and also in Ethereum and Bitcoin and everything else, is something that was posted on Twitter yesterday. So, and that comes here from Eric Balchunas, who is one of the top senior ETF analysts for Bloomberg. And he said yesterday he's increasing his odds for a spot Ethereum ETF approval to 75% from initially 25%, because he heard chatter yesterday afternoon from the SEC. They could be doing a 180 turnaround on this. So now everybody is scrambling, and they said that now here new filings were asked from exchanges for the SEC. So, and that was the 19B-4 filing on an accelerated basis, asked for by the SEC for an Ethereum spot ETF. So we saw the same thing with Bitcoin happening. That was one of the filings that we needed before we could get an S1 filing. And the S1 filing was basically the nail in the coffin that everybody knew, okay, S1 is filed, the ETF is happening. You know, so this is the first step to get to the S1. If these filings are approved and we get the S1, and the S1 is approved, consider the ETF to be approved. So, and that will happen in the next 2 days. So they're today sitting and talking about the 19B filings, if they accept them. If they accept them, I'm sure they're gonna immediately ask all the exchanges and all the ETF appliers, spot ETF appliers, they're gonna ask them immediately to file for S1. And I'm sure they're already preparing the paperwork for that, so they can basically just say, okay, here you go. You know, we did the work already. And then expect tomorrow the S1 to be approved, if it's going to happen. And then on the 23rd is the deadline for VanEck spot ETF, Ethereum ETF, and it most likely will get accepted if we get the 19.4B today and tomorrow the S1. So, and that is also what he is saying here. So he says the eveness stakes is pretty good. Nice look at all the entrance dealing with this file drill. Hearing the SEC wants a revised 19.4B returned to them by 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So that is today at 10 a.m. US. Based on a bunch of comments they just received today for likely approval as soon as Wednesday. And that was the catalyst that is pushing everything right now to the upside. So, and now when we're looking at layer 2s, for example, today, here on CoinMarketCap, and we go into the day, to the last 24 hours, you see here, all the layer 2s are exploding, you know, so everything is exploding. I have to go here almost all the way to the bottom to get actually here some negative returns, you know, over the last 24 hours. And they are not a lot, you know, I see on the first page, I see only 3. You know, only these 3 down here, CoinWeb, MintLayer, and Gaiman. You know, everything else is positive today. And most of them, the majority, like over 70%, is in double-digit profits because Ethereum broke to the upside and also broke this downwards trend on the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. So now when we're looking at Ethereum, my Ethereum trade is closed. My target was 3,600 here in that golden ratio. So it ripped through that and is now again pushing here into higher levels. The same thing like with Bitcoin. If we find acceptance above $3,730, expect that we see another accelerated move here to 3,967. That will be the next target. And here 3,740 more or less would be my next entry level. if we get a 15-minute candle close above that level. But here, a little word of caution, the indicators are all starting to get overextended. Also, the RSI starts to look overbought. Just a word of caution, that does not mean that we are going to stop here, you know. So if that is now a rally caused by a news-driven event, you can ignore all of this, you know. So whatever the indicator is saying, you can throw it out of the window, because this is driven by news, and news don't care about indicators. So the only thing that you can rely on is price action, what the price action is telling you. So price action is telling you we are breaking this resistance area, enter. Have a tight stop loss here under this current daily candle, you know, from today's candle at the low. Have there your stop loss. If we break higher, enter, trade this to the upside. If you get stopped out, it's fine. We find another level to enter. You know, we cannot win all trades, but this is how I am actually playing that, you know, so I'm waiting for that. If we're going to retrace from here, then most likely around the $3,500 level, I will get another entry. And something else that I want to point out here, this big green candle from yesterday is a massive imbalance in this chart. So this will also get filled at some point, all the way back to like $3,200 potentially. I would not bet that we go all the way down, but maybe 3,350. Because that is like a 10% move, you know, so that is something that I would be looking out for. And I'm gonna put some stink bits into this area. So if you're wondering what are stink bits are orders, limit orders that you place for an unlikely case to be happening, that price action is returning to these levels, you know. So because most of the time at some point you're gonna get filled. So if this is not coming to fruition within like a week or two, you know, I might remove it because Ethereum might be then already well above $4,000, and then we are not getting anytime soon back into these levels, and then rather use the money to find a better entry. So, but for the time being, this level here is what I'm looking for. And if we retrace, then 3,500 around that level is the other entry that I'm going to use to get positioned for this move into $4,000. Then our Solana trade overall is doing pretty well. This is for me right now a spot position because I actually got also stopped out here. I had a target of $188, remember, and also here I basically sniped the perfect take profit point. As you can see, I'm out of this leverage trade, but I still have everything on spot. And here on spot, my first profit is around the $200 mark. If you are not in Solana yet, then wait for a break of this downward sloping trend line here around $185. That would be the next level where I would consider to be entering. And if we get a retracement, then here, this is the other area where I would be looking at to open a position between $178 and $180 approximately. So because that is current support, as long as that is holding, we should see a continuation move to the upside. So now, so that is the trade, my leverage trade, you see perfectly played out here. So now let's talk about some of the other trades. So Fetch is doing its thing. We are here nice in profit right now. So if you follow this trade, we are here amazingly in profits. I believe that we are going to reach our target of $2.80 in the next coming days here, potentially already tomorrow or after tomorrow. And if in any case we get a retracement to like $2.40 into this support area now, that will become your new entry. Otherwise, above $2.55 is also good entry level. But here I would wait for a 1 hourly close right now above $2.55, and then you can potentially take here another 6% move to the upside. So, but consider this a scalp trade, you know. So my stop loss would be here around $2.48 for this trade. So then Coty is one of the coins that caught my attention because, for a simple reason, Coty is trying to break back above here 15 cents by breaking this crucial resistance area. You see here, when we broke it early this year, we moved immediately here to like 25 cents, even almost 30 cents, I think, 27.5. Then we got a retest, another retest. Then we broke this support and it turned into resistance. We confirmed it here. And now we are retesting it. So once we are breaking back above that level, expect also here a quick move into higher levels from Coty. And here the best way to position yourself is either that you wait for a retracement to 13.3 cents or here back into this green area. That's where I want to catch this. Or if we are starting to break this downward sloping trend line here. Let me see. Can we fetch a better line here? So and that is right now around 14 cents and 5, that level. So it is within the resistance area. So be careful here because we could get another rejection when we are breaking above. And we could break above and then see something like this, and then we go back down. So I have a tight stop loss here at like the 14-cent level. So that is a 3% stop loss, just that you are aware of that on that 4-hourly chart. But if it starts going, trust me, it will keep going. So you want to be positioned in that. So that's how I'm going to play that. If we're not reaching this resistance and we come here a little bit lower, then like I said, 13 cents is the area where I am going to catch this. Because here we're going to find momentum and then break this to the upside. Another coin that I'm looking at right now is LDO. I was trading LDO to $2.14. I should have kept the trade a little bit longer. Here we're trying to flip this $2.30 level right now into support. Also, this was a key resistance since we broke down here $2.30 level. We retested it here once. The second time we did not even get close to it. And now we finally broke above it. So if we can hold this level today, then most likely tomorrow at some point we're going to see a continuation to the upside. The downward sloping trend line from the recent top will give us a little bit of resistance at $2.50, and above that is $2.67, a major resistance level. Once we are clearing that, we're going to see another move back to the $3 price point and potentially beyond that. So here I'm watching right now $2.23, $2.30 to see if I want to open here another trade. If we lose that level here in the next 24 hours, then I'm looking at $2.10 and trade this from here then to the upside. Stop losses will be 2% below my entry levels accordingly. The next one is FDM. As long as FDM is bouncing off this upward sloping trend here, I would enter this. So if you get a retest of this upward sloping trend here at 88 cents, I would enter FDM. Otherwise, if we break this small downwards trend, that is another way how you enter this. And you get confirmation that we keep going up if we break 99 cents or $1, however you want to look that. And then the next take profit is actually at $1.22. I think I got this level when I measured it from, you see here's another golden ratio that is telling you why the 98-cent level that I have drawn out here is so important, because there is a golden ratio resistance for us right now. So the next golden ratio would be here all the way up at $1.63, but there is another level at $1.2224, and that's where I'm going to take my initial profit, and it is already above the yearly high that we had so far at $1.23. So yes, so it's the yearly high. That's why I want to take profit here around that level on my FDM trade. So you have your entries, guys. Make the most out of it. And the last trade that I give you for today is Arbitrum. Arbitrum also really strong here right now. If we break this downwards trend line here, which we are trying to break right now at $1.17, I will also open an Arbitrum position. And you see here my next targets lined out: $1.22, $1.38, $1.55, more or less. And once we are above $1.55, expect a really quick acceleration back to like the $2 mark and potentially also beyond the $2 mark for Arbitrum. If we get rejected from here and we come back to $1.07, $1.03, that is then the next area where I'm going to buy and basically sit then on my hands and wait for that break to be happening and trade this then in direction of $2. So we got a lot of trades here, guys. Watch what's happening with the ETF approval in the next 2 days, because that will tell us where we are heading in this market, if we get rejected, if we continue, and also what we're going to do with our positions. Because if we get a rejection or an extension, expect the market to pull back a little bit. but this will give us the perfect opportunity for some of our entries that we are looking for. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again with more profits tomorrow.